Mellow greetings, Tubians, RononTyr here, and let's fanfic Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. Summer 3, Year 1, Thursday. Sunny. Woke up to the sound of Gots working. Man really likes to start early. He should be done tomorrow, I hope. And I don't want to seem ungrateful, but waking up to the banging of a hammer and the taste of sawdust constantly in one's mouth is... Well, it's not my favourite thing in the universe. For all that I know, it's going to benefit me in the end, and I am incredibly grateful for his work. I'd like to wake up without the jackhammers. That's all. Is that too much to ask? Probably. Today was just chores. There was nothing else, really. The watering alone took me until lunchtime and damn near killed me. By the time I was done, it was all I could do to stagger up the mountain to make offering. I took my time to soak and renew and regain some vigour. It was really pleasant, although by the time I got out the sun was setting. I made my offering to the goddess and staved off her questions about my love life. She really needs to get out of the pond more, I guess. It's kind of disturbing to have a goddess asking you, do you like anyone? I've said it before and I will probably say it again at some point in the future. That is a lot to deal with. I came home and I finally planted out those onions. Had to till 2 extra plots to do it, which means the watering tomorrow is going to be even rougher. And throughout the whole day, it was just work. I've realised, Journal, that today, this is exactly what I moved here for. This is why I left the breakneck pace of the city, the constant grind of working in an office and, yes, Mr. Jones, no, Mr. Jones, can I get you some coffee, Mr. Jones? It's why I left the pressure of always having to have your hair perfect and the most up-to-date business clothes and have your makeup set and I've always hated that stuff. Always hated it. If you're wearing your hair the way you did last year, there's going to be tittering at the water fountain. Oh my god, have you seen her hair? I bet you she hasn't gone to insert pricey salon here. She really should get something done about that. It was all so meaningless. And sure, the lights were pretty at night, but here I can just step outside my door, lie down, and stare at the stars. The work I do now is dirty, and it's exhausting, and it's hard, and I've got to balance it alongside small town gossips and romantic goddesses and cappers with a fondness for cucumbers. I still haven't found a myth about that. I'll need to do some more research. There's all the strange little moments of people who believe in things that don't make sense to me and all the people to keep track of, but somehow it just, in spite of the dirt, in spite of the exhaustion, in spite of the muscular aches, it just feels better. It feels right. This is where I was meant to be. And I know that part of the exhaustion is the fact that I'm not eating properly and I've lost weight since I moved here. I don't know if I've gained muscle, but I've definitely lost a few pounds since coming here. Although you'd think the amount of dirt caked onto my fingernails would help balance that back out. But it's so nice that at the end of the day, I can look at the turnips I grew and say, I grew those. I nurtured food. I created life-giving substances. And back at the office, at the end of the day, I'd turn off my computer and what had I done? I'd inconvenienced a few electrons by sending some emails, but that was about as far as it went. There was no satisfaction, no sense of having done anything. It was just this endless cycle of torment, gossip, and, well, torment. And I'm rambling now, Journal, and I know that it's not early. It's not as late as it has been some nights when I've come to bed, but it's not early. And I am exhausted, and I have put in too much physical work today, but it just feels so good. I haven't had any further sightings since the Fetch Fest. I still think it may have just been a hallucination brought on by heat and stress. I'm hoping that's the case. Anyway, GOTS should be finishing up tonight or tomorrow morning, and it's supposed to be sunny again tomorrow. There's a surprise. Good night, Journal.
Hey, Mark. So, good news. I made it back to Mineral Town and they still have those exotic grasses you wanted. Seems like someone's really flooding the market with these, so they're pretty cheap. I'm putting some in a package with this letter. Now, if you need any more, just hit me up. There's plenty of chickens and a huge forest too. If there's anything you're hankering for, you know your old buddy Kai's got you covered. I'm thinking about making a few stops in Forget-Me-Not Valley too. So let me know what Kai can get you. I'm not even sure I'll be able to get to Forget-Me-Not Valley too easily these days though. So if there's nothing you want from there, that's fine too. It's weird. I remember when the two were so close they shared a mayor, but people barely even mention that place now. It's a shame. There are a lot of ladies there I could have gotten to know a little bit better. I just need to work harder here to help pay for the next trip. I'm not sure I'll be coming back to Mineral Town much after this season. Town's gotten even smaller. And that old farmer, you know that old dude I mentioned who ate like half my stock in one go? Yeah, he's dead now. Not because of my pasta. Totally unrelated. He was like half my income. It just won't be the same without him. People tell me his granddaughter's running the farm, but I haven't actually run into her yet. I hope she likes to eat even half as much as he did. That girl's still hanging out. You know, I told you about her last year. Uh, Potpourri. Yeah, I think that was her name. She was here basically every day last year. And practically the first day I got here, she's back to say hi. I can't complain though. She's grown pretty easy on the eyes. And with all the presents she's leaving me, I'll never have to buy an egg again. Yeah, well, I better get back to it. Spaghetti won't sling itself. Just want to let you know I got here okay. I'll let you know when I'm off to the next place. But in the meantime, keep those orders coming. Yours truly, Kai. P.S. Finally met that new farmer I mentioned. Name of Brenna. She seems cool. She bought some corn. Apparently she does a bit of mining and fishing as well as farming. So look, if you've got an order, I may just have a supplier.
Summer 4, Year 1, Friday. Sunny. Mr. GOTS is done! Oh, the house looks amazing. There's so much more space and light, and I have a kitchen. I have a kitchen! I don't have any form of cookware, cutlery, or crockery, or a fridge. But damn it, kitchen achieved. We should be happy about this, journal. We have achieved a goal. We can tick that off our to-do list. We should be proud. After admiring the new digs, I went out and took care of the chores. Adding those 2 additional plots of onions took my overall watering time out to after lunch. And just as deadly, summer might not be the best month to be pushing myself this far. It's very hot out there, and it's uncomfortable, and it'll be worth it, yeah? It'll be worth it in the end. Once the chores were done, I ran down to Mr. Gott's and bought a fridge. He delivered promptly. In fact, it got home before I did. I don't know how he managed that, because I didn't see him move. He was still standing at the counter when I left, and I ran straight home, and the fridge was there. I think this town has some kind of teleporty magicness. I'm kind of freaked out, but also very happy. I was able to store out all the extra stuff I've been carrying in my backpack. It is such a weight off, and I mean that literally. It was fantastic. I now have space to actually store and preserve crops that I grow for myself. So when I've got the stuff I need to cook, I I can cook what I've grown and not just in some random fire pit out the front. After that, I ran up to the store. I wanted to see if Jeff had any kind of kitchen tools, knives, forks, pans, the usual stuff one would find in a kitchen. He's got a seasoning set, but it's 2,500 G's. I don't have that kind of money. I spent almost everything I had buying the fridge. So having the kitchen is great, but I can't really use it yet, which is somewhat disappointing to me, I'm going to be honest. Stopped in and said hi to Cliff. We shared some chocolate in a quiet moment. That was really, really nice. And then I headed out to the beach. And when I got there, I met this guy I haven't seen before. He introduced himself as Kai, and Gentle, I think he's a bit of a player. And he's cute and all, don't get me wrong, and that cheeky smile and he asked me what it was like working the farm by myself. Apparently he's also left his family and travels the world, and according to the sign he's only here in summer, or at least his cafe is only here in summer, and I don't remember seeing him any time in spring. He runs a small cafe by the beach. You may have already put that together from the previous comments. I'm sorry, Journal. It's been a long season already, and it's only day 4. After we chatted, I went and I checked out his cafe, and yeah, he's a flirt, Journal. He's a ladies beware. This is exactly the kind of guy that I would not talk to in the city, but yeah, there aren't a lot of other options here, and he kind of reminds me a little bit of home. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He doesn't have a lot of stuff on the menu at the cafe. I bought some roasted corn because I haven't had corn in ages, let alone anything roasted. And unlike Dudley, he was open and serving when I went in, which I've never managed to do successfully at the inn. It was quite pleasant. It was well spiced, well seasoned. It was tasty. After that, I headed up the mountain. I made my offerings as always. I well, the goddess didn't have any uncomfortable questions, which was nice. It's a nice change of pace. I came back and I realized that it's like 10 o'clock at night. I have no idea where the day went. Well, I do. It went out the end of a watering can. But And if this is what the rest of my summer's going to be like, it's... I really have overdone it, haven't I, Journal? I've planted too much, but there's no way I can unplant what I've planted. Can I? Is there an undo button? We should look for the undo button, shouldn't we? It's weird. I'm exhausted and I'm rambling. It's going to be sunny again tomorrow, Journal. We are no longer surprised by this. Good night, my friend.